A fair understanding of the organization structures will help us to uh, understand the power equations within the organization. Okay, now here we have uh, three types of organization structures. One is the functional organization, then we have the matrix organization, and we have the projectized organization. The three types of project management: functional, matrix, and projectized. When we say functional organization, most of the manufacturing organization, or let us say a factory, a hospital, a bank, etc., they are organized function wise. We'll have a vice president sales, vice president marketing, a vice president hire purchase, a vice president deposits, uh, vice president MIS. So the whole organization is divided based on their various functions. We call it as a functional organization. And if we execute a project within a functional organization, the functional manager has more authority than the project manager. So if you are working as a project manager within a functional organization, the functional manager has more authority than the project manager. Then we have matrix organizations. Whenever we see a dotted line reporting, or whenever the team members report to more than one manager, that is an indication that it is a matrix organization. So most of the product companies and all will fall into this particular category. That means an architect in a project, for project related things, that person may report to the project manager. At the same time, for technology related things, that person will report to the CTO or the chief technology officer. And within a matrix organization itself, we have three types: that is a weak matrix, balanced matrix, and strong matrix. When we say weak matrix, the project manager has lesser authority than the functional manager. And when we say balance matrix, both the project manager and the functional manager share the same kind of authority levels. And in a strong matrix, the project manager has more authority than the functional manager. Then we have projectized organizations. That means whatever they do is a project. They don't do anything other than projects. That is a projectized organization. So in projectized organizations, the project manager has ultimate authority levels because they are the breadwinners of the organization. Then we have composite or virtual teams. That means some divisions can be functional, some divisions can be projectized, some divisions can be matrix. So within the same organization, we have different organization structures existing. Then we call it as a composite or virtual teams. Authority gradient. In a functional organization, the PM authority is very low and it keeps on growing. Functional organization, it is very, very low. Then in a matrix organization, it is better. So weak matrix, the project manager has more authority than the functional organization. Then in a balanced matrix, the project manager has more authority than the weak matrix. And in a strong matrix, the project manager has more authority than the functional manager. And in a projectized organization, the project manager has ultimate authority levels. Uh, this diagram should make it uh, clearer. So if I say, yeah, so this is an example of a functional organization. So we have the CEO here, and the organization is divided into various functions. That is, production planning and control is one department, quality control is another department, procurement is another department, and each depart or HR could be another department, and each department is headed by a functional manager. Now, if you want to implement, let us say, an ERP system within this organization, most of the decisions now, as a project manager, they'll pick up one person from a department and make him a project manager. But at the same time, all the decision making powers are with the functional manager only. So project manager plays more of a coordinator role in a functional organization. Then we have a projectized organizations where project managers report directly to the CEO. So they have ultimate authority levels. And we have a matrix kind of an organization where we have the team members. For project related things, the team members will report to the project manager, whereas for their respective functions, they report to the functional manager. So, as discussed earlier, the matrix organization can be further divided into strong matrix, weak matrix, and the balanced matrix. So this will give us, if you can understand the organization structures of all the stakeholders uh, of the project, then it will be easier, or we can be more efficient while doing the stakeholder classification based on power and interest. Power of the stakeholder to influence the project, and the interest of the stakeholder in the project. So this table will explain things, will at least summarize things. In a functional organization, the project manager's authority level is very low, and the functional manager's authority level is very high. In a weak matrix, the project manager authority is low, but better than functional organization, whereas a functional manager's authority is high, but slightly lower than functional organization. In a balanced matrix, the project manager's authority level is medium, and the functional manager's authority level is also medium. And in a strong matrix, the project manager has more higher authority than the functional manager. And in a projectized, the project manager has a very high authority level, whereas the functional manager has very low authority level. And in a composite organization, the authority levels varies based on the nature. And in virtual teams also, it depends on the structure. So we discussed about various organization types like functional organization, matrix organization, projectized organization, and within matrix, strong matrix, weak matrix, and balanced matrix. And we also discussed about the various authority levels. So understanding the organization structures of the key stakeholders of the project will help us to identify the stakeholders and classify them effectively based on their authority levels or the power. Thank you. Thank you very much.